Alrighty. What's up, motherfuckers and scumbags? Peter fucking Joseph here for my final video of the night. Video number 3. On your Triple Threat Monday, January the 29th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. Once again, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Done. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels down below in hell, otherwise known as the description box below. And share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, well, you suck, and you're pretty much a fuckboy, and you're SOL. And you know what that means. Haha. And that's pretty much it. So, once again, like, share, subscribe. You can leave a comment if you wish. You can leave stupid comments. You can go fuck yourself. And they're going to be deleted and you're going to get blocked. Too bad for you. Hehe. And that's all I got to say about that. But if you're new here and you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on this channel and my other channels as well. Show me love and support. Getting on the road on this channel to 1,300 subs. But we'll see if we even get there by the end of the year. Well, we got that. My Peter fucking Joseph channel, one away from the big milestone, 500 subs. So, don't know when that might happen tomorrow, might happen right now, who knows. But we'll hopefully get there by this week. Maybe, well, I don't know about the end of the month, as we're, as of this video, a day and a half away. It's Tuesday morning here in the Northeast. So might get there by the end of the month, just Wednesday, or maybe sometime in February. But you know, it might fluctuate up and down like my dick in your mom's ass. But I digress on that. But we'll get to 500 and beyond as we roll into Easter and roll into WrestleMania season and beyond too. And we'll see what happens with that. But to everybody who has subscribed, even if you're a fake bitch, thank you for the sub, thank you for the free views, especially you trolls, assholes, and that's pretty much it for that. You love me, you can't get enough of me, and I ain't going anywhere. So for all you like, oh, Peter don't get subs, he don't get views, I think you might want to look at my channels a few more times. Especially my rant channel. And this channel. And a little bit of my Killer Demons channel too. But, you know, it is what it is. But we got that. And also show my Shadow Slayer backup channel some love too. You know, it's only got 11 subs, but it is what it is. And, that's that. And we move on. Alright. So, like I said, you think I don't get views, and I don't get comments, yeah. I've been getting some comments on my last couple of videos, and especially on my rants that I've been doing. Well, not the rants per se, but the videos I put up on my rant channel. So, and they're real people. Well, some of them might be trolls, but I care less. But, you know, as long as they don't leave stupid comments, like I say, you know, call me the P word or, you know, making obnoxious garbage posts like, oh, you on drugs? Are you this and that? I'm like, first of all, no, I'm not on drugs. Only prescription drugs. And, you know, this and that. Somebody said I had a booger up my nose on my 49ers. Super Bowl, well, not Super Bowl, but going to the Super Bowl, they said I had a booger up my nose. No. I don't know, maybe I did, and, you know, I can't see it because I'm blind. I don't know, but I don't think that was. But it was just, you know, some guy being weird and funny. But at least he, you know, You know, he's like, "Are you drunk?" No. I didn't drink that night, my friends. I don't drink at all. Occasionally I do, but I don't get plastered like, certain old person I know, but that's another case for another time. But, yeah, I mean, I have like one, maybe two, but I don't get drunk. I get a little buzzed, but I don't get drunk. But it is what it is. But then again, then I come home and I have the good old drunk sex, because as we all know, it's a proven fact. Drunk sex, is the best sex of them all. Abso-freaking-lutely. But just remember, guys, wrap up that burrito, and girls, make sure he wraps up that burrito, because you don't want to have problems in 9 months. You're listening. Unless the guy has good pull-out game, which some guys don't. They can't kick out a 2 like John Cena. But it is what it is. So, do that at your own risk. But always wrap up that burrito, unless you have really, really, really good pull-out game. I don't have to worry about that problem. I wrap it up all the time, but, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I do, but there's a couple, back in my day, in the early days, before I even met the wifey, a couple of times I went raw dog, so. But I pulled out at 2 all the time, because I'm not stupid, like some of you people are. But most of the time I've always been safe. Used the good old Jimmy hat, not Jimmy, but, put the Jimmy hat on you, Jimmy, but whatever. We move on with that. But for people that think I was drunk and I was off the wall, and they're like, "Oh, you're drunk." No, I was not drunk. Super Bowl. Oh yeah, I might be drinking. Might. We'll see about that. Not 2 weeks, but pretty much, 12, as of this video, 12 days to the Super Bowl. Rematch of Super Bowl 54, the Kansas City Chiefs, against the San Francisco 49ers! Can't wait in Vegas! Oh, I wish I was going to that damn game, but I'm not gonna go. And besides, I don't want to even look at Taylor Swift. So I might steal her from Travis Kelce. Show what a real man is. No, I'm kidding. But I digress. Only it. But it is what it is. Should be a great game, though. Should be a good game. Niners are, right now, the Niners are favored by 1, but that's probably going to go up by the end of this week. And going into media week, and probably by Saturday night, before the Super Bowl, probably going to go up. We're going to be even. I don't know. Maybe it'd be like a 3, 4, 5 point spread. Who knows? But I think the Niners can really beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs' defense is pretty damn good. Not as great as us, even though the defense basically the last 2 games stunk up so bad. And I don't know, if it wasn't for Brock Purdy, the Niners don't win that game. Especially with those 2 catches of the century. I mean, the ones in the freaking Jennings in the Packer game. Then that one-handed catch he had in the second half of the game against the Lions. And then the immaculate, I don't even know, you can't call it the immaculate conception or reception like they used to call it. With Franco Harris back in the day. Or the catch with Dwight Clark back against, guess who? Them boys and Cowboys back in the 80s. But they're calling it the immaculate deflection. It was bounced off the dude's fucking face mask, and Ayuk freaking, was in the right place at the right time. If he would have just fell, that would have been an incompletion, and I don't think the Niners score on that play. But, the gods, the mighty gods, you great people, my brother from another mother, you sexy beast, made Ayuk catch that ball, and then pretty much they score on pretty much I think it was the next play or two. And that was it. The Niners win. Stupid Dan Campbell and the Lions coach. You fucking moron. Yeah, two times. Two times you're going to kick the field goal. You would have 6 extra points. You would have won that game if you didn't go for it on 4th down. Not once, but twice. And what happened? So you deserve to lose. Just saying. And blowing it, really choking twice on those and choking the game because you blew a 17-point lead. How does that happen? Oh, that's right, you're the Lions. Ha 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 ha! That ain't happening. I mean, the Chiefs get to a 17-point lead. Pretty much, I don't think the Niners can come back from that, but, I doubt that happens. I doubt it. But, depends on how, how the game goes. I wouldn't even give Mahomes the ball to start the game. I would take the ball, go downfield, get a touchdown, and then hopefully, Bosa and the defense wakes up and, stops the Chiefs on the first drive. Maybe they get 3 points out of it, but, as long as the Niners are up by 7 or more, I like to be up by 14 at the half, so you don't have to worry that much with Mahomes. Still, you can come back from, 90 and you still win. But I digress on that. But you gotta have a pretty big lead against Mahomes. 14, maybe 17 at most. Or 21. But I don't think the Niners are gonna blow them out. I don't think so. I think it's not gonna be a blowout. I say the Niners win the game by 3 at most. Depending on how the defense goes and how Brock Purdy goes. I mean, with his legs, he won the game. He got those extended drives with his legs. Quick passes, to Ayuk and Jennings with those big plays. Kittle with a big first down. Juice with a tippy-toe reception. It looked like freaking Purdy was about to get sacked. And he got out of that sack and he just rolled to his left, threw to a wide open Juice and freaking caught the ball, tippy-toe, boop, boop, 1-2, catch. Extended the drive. That's what he does, man. And for all you Brock Purdy haters, I say this. Weed it and weep. There's your MVP of the season right there. He's the MVP. I know, you have to win the Super Bowl to get the Super Bowl MVP, but I think the MVP of the season, Brock Purdy. I don't give a shit about Lamar Jackson. What happened to him? Oh, another job. Fuck him. Give it to Brock. If he doesn't win, if the Niners lose the Super Bowl, which hopefully they don't, then they'll give it to Mahomes and give it to that schmuck, Kelsey or Pacheco. But if they win, you definitely have to give Brock the fucking MVP. Even if he wasn't the star of the game, Debo or Kittle or even Bosa was the star of the game, give him the MVP, but the whole season, I give it to Brock. And I'm not being biased about that, I'm just telling you fucking facts. I know he had, the last couple games, that Ravens game on Christmas, played like shit, kind of put him out of the running for the MVP. But still, I would give it to either him or McCaffrey. 122 rushing touchdowns. Come on now. And he's going to run amok against that. Well, that defense might stop them because they have a good defense. Even that secondary is pretty damn good, so they're going to have to, double cover Debo and Jennings and Ayuk, Kittle, the same thing. And the San Francisco defense has to really contain Travis Kelsey and Pacheco, because Pacheco is basically Debo 2.0 with those end-around plays. He's like a halfback, the same plays that Debo does all the time. Those weird pitch plays and everything. And really, the defense has to put pressure and get to Mahomes. They have to sack him at least 5-6 times. Put him in the turf. They have to. That's going to be really what makes the Niners win that game. Get to Mahomes, contain Kelsey and Pacheco. I mean, they really don't have a running game. Their offense stinks, to be honest with you. Not the same, well, now they're cooking, but this whole season they were like up and down. They still won the division on 11-6. Barely beat the Bills. Barely, even though they got, Bills got ripped off. Because you know how Mahomes and the Chiefs are. Paying off Roger Goodell and the fucking referees who can't call a game to save their life at any Chiefs game. Especially that Ravens game. Ravens just like, well, the Ravens stunk. They were taking too many personal foul penalties. And just, the Chiefs just blew them away after that. So it's not really the ref's fault per se, but that Bills game, yeah. That's a definite rip-off job. And don't do it again to the Niners in the Super Bowl, because you did it 4 years ago. Really, you did it last year, and you kind of screwed the pedophile Eagles. I'll be fair. You did that. You screwed the Niners, not only in Super Bowl 54, but in Super Bowl 46, when the Ravens won the Super Bowl on a basic fucking holding call in the end zone. Because Crabtree got held on that play. It's a definite hold. A definite hold. What did the referee say? Like, oh, we're going to let him play. Game over. And the Niners would have definitely scored on that fucking play. I know it was, I think it was 4th down, so. And I don't even know it was a running, where they were. I think we were at the 5. So, Kaepernick threw the ball up to Crabtree because he's tall. And what happened, the ball went over his head and guy held him. Harbaugh's like, hold! And I was like, yes, a hold! What are you looking at? These referees are so fucking biased and fucking paid off by Mahomes and, Roger Goodell because they don't teach them anything. They are so fucking bad when it really matters. But they don't want to call it because it's a big game and a big moment. They don't want to do that. They want to leave and get their paycheck and go home for the rest of the season. So all the fans have to yell at them and do, throw shit, which they rightfully deserve. They deserve to get thrown bottles and shit like that. We're making stupid fucking penalty calls. Especially in a big game like that. Come on now. So I hope the referees actually do their fucking job at the Super Bowl and don't call stupid penalties. That are not penalties. Or should be penalties. And they say, oh, it's not. But it basically is. Ridiculous. But I digress. But we'll talk about the Super Bowl next weekend. We got a lot to do this week. We got NXT tomorrow night. Should be pretty damn good. It's the go home show for this Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. NXT Vengeance Day. We got all that. We got Dynamite coming your way from New Orleans. That's New Orleans for you stupid people at home. Should be a good show. John Moxley is going to take on Jeff Hardy, dude. And the ranking system is going to start. That should be good. Moxley and Hardy, looking for a big win to start the ranking system and get up to the title shots and shit like that. See what happens with that as AEW is continuing on till March the 3rd, I think it's March the 3rd with Revolution. Should be a great show there. And then we got the Elimination Chamber coming up at the end of February. I think it's February the 24th in that not per se, but Down Under, my mate. Down Under, put a slip on the baby. Watch Elimination Chamber at 5:30 in the morning. You think anybody's really gonna watch at 5:30 in the morning here in New York? 6:30 in Puerto Rico. Maybe Issa will get up at 6:30 in the morning, or 6 o'clock in the morning to do her. I don't even know if she's going to do it. I may watch it. I don't know. Depends. Depends what I'm doing the night before. Because, I got it. Friday night it's a taped SmackDown. SmackDown's taped the day before. Rampage is taped. So, I would really have to watch Rampage and then kind of try to get to bed by 12, 1 o'clock after I do my SmackDown review. Get that up. I'll do the predictions the day before, that Friday morning, Friday afternoon. Then get ready for SmackDown, do that review, and then take a power nap. Get up about 6 o'clock. I gotta get up at 5 o'clock. So, if I can get my review done by, at the latest, 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe I could take a power nap, like a 3-hour nap. Get up, watch the Elimination Chamber from 5:30 to 6 o'clock till about 8, 9 o'clock. Watch it, then go back to sleep for the rest of the day. Well, not all day, but probably go to sleep for another couple hours, and then go back to sleep. Get up about 1, maybe 2 o'clock. Get my Saturday going, my whatever I'm going to do that day, and then probably clean the house and just chill. Maybe go out with the missus for lunch, whatever. I don't know. Then come home, watch Collision. That's live. So yeah. So Tony Khan, you have always gonna have problems with the WWE pay-per-views on Saturdays because nobody's gonna watch it during Collision. Well, you got a reprieve for February at least, because you got the Elimination Chamber early in the morning, and then everybody goes to sleep, gets back up in the afternoon, and then gets ready for Collision. There you go. You don't have to worry about low as fuck ratings like you did this past Saturday night, where you got 292,000 views. I think it was 297. Got under 300,000 views. You're lucky to even get that. But it is what it is, and that's that. So, we've got a long road ahead. We got all February. We got Vengeance Day. We got the Elimination Chamber. We also got New Beginning from New Japan. Now, I don't know if I might watch it and review it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna review it, but I might watch it. Definitely watch it. I think it's coming up in a couple weeks, actually. I gotta find out the actual date of that pay-per-view. We'll have to see what happens with that. And then pretty much March is wide open like Reby Sky's legs. I heard she's that whole thing with Matt Hardy, where she was teasing that her and Matt Hardy were gonna break up or separate or divorce or whatever. That was a hoax. She's, trying to get back with him and all that other shit. So I knew that was a hoax. I think she ain't really gonna get rid of him. She'd be too stupid to get rid of him. She's gonna get rid of him and keep all the kids. She's gonna keep 4 kids and get with the next guy that she'll open her legs with, have 5 more kids. She'll have like 10 kids with 2 dads. Crazy. But she doesn't shut her mouth and doesn't shut her vagina. Come on. She's a great person and all, but, put a cap on it, maybe? I know she's like 30-something years old. She can pop out about 5, 10 kids, but you might want to stay away from me. But I don't want to even deal with that. I might have to. She might have to be my sugar mama for that shit to happen. But I can't afford 4 kids. Fuck that. Hard enough trying to raise 1 kid. I have a grandson, but kind of is like my son, but, I have a stepdaughter that's kind of like my daughter, so technically, in the technical sense, I do have a daughter, and I have a son. Not biologically, but not through blood, but that's, it is what it is, but, if I don't have kids, I don't give a shit. Do I give a shit? No. Would I like to have kids someday? Yeah, I would. I was thinking about it, but, like, back in the day, it was, when I had my first girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, I was nervous. I'm like, I wasn't financially stable like I am now. We talked about it. Even when I moved upstate with her into Rome, Utica, New York. I was thinking about it. But I was still way too nervous. I was really young. I was like 30 years old. 30, 31. I was like, not in a good financial state at the time. This is before I got my music job. But after we broke up and I got my music job. I met Rosa almost 16 years ago. Starting in April, it'll be 16 goddamn years. And half of that is married, too. Go figure that one out. And I don't have to show you proof I'm married, either. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't have to prove anything to you motherfuckers. Whether you be my good friends or, my good friends outside of YouTube. But my good friends on YouTube, I don't have to show proof or anything. And to you fucking trolls out there, I don't have to show you shit. So, deal with it. And that's it. Hey, we don't take you seriously. I don't take you seriously either, so. But I don't have to prove a fucking thing to you. So, deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. But I guess that's it. But I'm happily married. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm with pretty much my soulmate. I didn't think that me and the missus would be together for 16 godforsaken years. There was times that we could have been done for good, especially, way back when. Like, pretty much 10 years ago. 10 years ago was we got engaged, and I got nervous. I did the cardinal sin. But thankfully, she forgave me, and then after that, we got married, and rest is history. But there's been times, even during our relationship now, that we've been at each other's throats sometimes, but not like that, but, And there's times, like, she wanted, we were gonna separate and be done with each other, and I wouldn't have been a great time, but it is what it is. But I'm not going to get into more of my personal life that I've already given. But I'm happy with her. She's, in her own way, happy with me. I mean, she can't get off my dick, but, So I tell you, Italians do it fucking better than any fucking buddy in the world, man. We're great lovers and, among other things, but I won't discuss that. But alright, I talked way too long. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, on video number 3, on your late Monday night, check out my last 2 videos of the day. Over on my Peter fucking Joseph channel, I talked about CM Punk with his tricep injury, gonna be out 4 to 6 months, so he's definitely gonna be out of Mania. I won't be back till maybe the end of the year. By the Royal Rumble, I think he'll be back officially, but we'll see what happens with that. Threw the World Heavyweight Championship into a flux. But I think, what I'm going to get into tonight, I think they might be using my idea. I know it may or may not happen, because they might go in a way different direction. Depends with a certain guy named Dwayne. But then again, you got the Elimination Chamber coming up, and I'm like, well, if they would have done the match I was thinking of they might do to swerve everybody, then I'm like, well, what's the Elimination Chamber gonna be for? Gonna have that, Seth Rollins versus that guy against that guy in a triple threat? I don't think that sells. So I think they're going to go with the actual idea that we saw at the Royal Rumble with that guy, against Roman to finish his stupid fucking story. I hope it doesn't happen, but knowing WWE, they're gonna keep it the way it is, and they're gonna make Seth Rollins face whoever wins the Chamber. But we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, so check out that video. Check out my Collision review, a video before this video. So check out my channel and go back a video. And that's it. And don't forget to subscribe. And we move on. Alright, so let's get to Monday Night Raw. And it emanated tonight live from the Amalie Arena with a Lightning play, the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa, Florida. And a certain Demon Diva was there too. And we got that. Alright, so our commentary team this week, well, we had Michael Cole, but no bad news, Reed Bennett. No, I'm afraid I got some bad news to tell you. Well, it's going to be a shakeup on the Raw commentary team. No more Wade Barrett. That sucks now. I don't know what they're going to do with him now, unless they put him on SmackDown. Kick Corey Graves to the curb. But then again, you can have a three-man team. We have Corey Graves and Wade Barrett with Michael Cole. I don't know how that's going to work. Or you put Corey Graves on main play-by-play. Wait, you want to do commentary too? Wrestling Cat? Huh? You want to do wrestling commentary? You want to do commentary? You want to do commentary? Girl? You want to do commentary? What a maneuver! Oh my god! Oh, that Cody Rhodes! I hate him! He's a piece of crap! I respect nothing from him! I will acknowledge my tribal chief! I put up my paw for Roman Reigns! Ha 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 ha! And all you haters out there, leave Peter Gilmore alone, or he'll eat your face, rip out your eyeballs, and eat your stuff. I know. Fear me! Ah. Okay. I know. You want hugs. She wants hugs and attention. I know she does. Peter's playing with his pussy again! I wish. Not this pussy per se, but, you know, my favorite person in the whole wide world. That's just you are. Can you give me a kiss? Good kitty. Good kitty. And no, I don't rape my cat. I love my animal. If I actually did that, Peter would be at my door. But I don't abuse my animals like some people I know. Good kitty. You're a good kitty. Okay. Get down. This is bothering me. I don't abuse my animals. I feed my cat. I don't neglect my cat. I don't do anything like that. If you think that I rape my cat, yeah, I might rape pussy. But yeah, never mind. I mean, I rape pussy, but in a good way. Not that kind of way. You know. I get a lot of pussy, and I don't mean cat pussy. I mean human, female pussy. Human beings. Okay? But I love my animals. Well, I only have one, but I used to have two. You saw, for those of you who've been following my great career, I had Cookie, my white cat, who passed away in 2019. And now I've had the wrestling cat, Zuzu, for basically almost 11 years. God damn. Cat's fucking old. 11 years, basically. I don't know if that's official, 11 years old, because I got her in... I think I got her in 2012 or 13. Yeah, it's been about 11 years. Yeah, about 11 years, actually, so 2013 up to now. And she's been with me every freaking day for those 11 years. been by my side when I needed somebody to cry on when Rose is not here sometimes, but I miss her, and I need somebody to talk to. I talk to Zuzu. I feel down. I'm having a really shitty day. I have panic attacks, and I'm nervous and all this shit. Zuzu's there to protect me. That's what cats do. That's what animals do. They care about you in their own way. But then they get on your nerves. Feed me! Feed me, you son of a bitch! Okay, calm down. Just don't pee in my bed, But anyway, look at that fucking cat! It's a freeloading piece of crap! It is what it is. I love Zuzu. She loves me. Not like that. But I love my animals. I love all animals. Except for roosters. No, you know why, but Vince likes roosters. Right, don't you, Vince? Well, actually, I shouldn't say Vince likes cock, but, maybe he does, but... Well, he loves that pussy, you know what I mean? Creepy bastard. Not only does he like pussy, he likes to defecate on people. Nasty shit. Well, I mean, what kind of fucking idiot weirdo are you, Vince McMahon? And then you have a bigger idiot like John Laurinaitis! People power, baby! I'll take one for the team! Vince needs to go to jail for this. And if he doesn't, justice has failed us, basically. The justice system has failed. So they can't put a creepy schmuck like fucking Vince McMahon, lock him up for basically the last years of his fucking life. So I really think he is on something. Because a guy like that with so much money, he has a freaking multi-million, almost billion-dollar company that he owns, and he has to do fucking shit like that behind the scenes. Cheating on Linda, I don't even know if they're together anymore anyway, who cares? But doing that shit, getting his family involved, and they're being hush-hush about it. Hunter didn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to put it, he really doesn't want to, throw his dad under the bus. The same thing with the fucking Bella sluts. Their fucking stepdad basically banged his mom, married their mom. And what does he do? Goes behind her back, bangs all these fucking young interns or young women that are at fucking Titan Towers. I mean, what kind of moron are you, John Laurinaitis? Don't answer that, but, you are a fucking moron. And Vince, you're a bigger creepy moron. And then you denying it like it never happened. Yeah. You can't escape the truth, sir. But maybe this Janelle Grant woman is, wants her 15 seconds of fame and wants to, milk, per se, Vince McMahon for, what he's worth. Probably won't get a lot in the deal anyway. Probably a couple million. Nobody will remember her in 5-10 years. I guarantee that. But Vince is a creepy bastard. Now we're wondering what Ari Emanuel is going to be doing. So I think he's the owner of TKO. He's probably like, what he's thinking right now? It's like, I shouldn't have, partnered up with this company. I mean, they got a guy who defecated on some chick. The fuck? Now we bring in a schmuck like The Rock to be in our company. If I was Ari Emanuel, I was like, fuck the WWE. Partnership over. It was a Vince fucking McMahon, and now they want to get rid of everybody that's close to Vince. So they're not going to get rid of Hunter. That's a definite no-no. They're not going to get rid of him. I mean, Shane's not even really with the company, per se. Stephanie's not there, so I can't get rid of Stephanie and hi, Steph. They can't get rid of Shane. They should really, like, get rid of John Laurinaitis, if they haven't already. Get rid of Bruce Pritchard, because he's a bitch. And basically, everybody that had something to do with that situation, fire them all, get rid of them. Put them all in jail. For the rest of their freaking lives. Right now, it doesn't look good, like a good year for the WWE. Right now, it doesn't look good. We got that situation going on. You got injuries going into WrestleMania, with Seth Rollins may or may not be ready for WrestleMania. Imagine he's not, then that match that you thought that might happen may not happen. So we got that match with Roman on night 2. I don't even think WrestleMania may even be good this year. Besides that story maybe finally ending, I doubt, I hope not, but if it does, I don't give a shit. Oh, Peter, you're gonna cry! Along with Issa. Yeah, Issa's gonna cry. I'm gonna cry with her, you know? Gotta be supportive. But am I gonna really, like, be mad that fucking Cody beat Roman? No, I don't give a shit. Took him 2 years to fucking beat him. Couldn't do it the first time, so he had to try again. And it really shouldn't even happen. And I hope it doesn't. But knowing Hunter, you know, you're like, well, what are we gonna do with the Elimination Chamber? Well, we can't do a 3-way because it should be a one-on-one match. Cody should finish the story one-on-one. I'm just saying, it had the idea of the swerve. But now I'm like, now I thought about it. Yeah, well, what do you do with the Elimination Chamber? I mean, Drew McIntyre wins, you make it a 3-way? And then really screw over Cody, who earned a shot? And everybody's thinking Roman? What if Cody picks... What if Cody picks Seth? What does Roman do? Oh, he might face The Rock, if The Rock even wants to match at Mania. But they're saying now it's gonna happen, but it might not even happen this year. It might happen at SummerSlam. It might happen next WrestleMania. It really doesn't need the belt. So, well, even if you do a non-title match, which they'll never do on WrestleMania because everything's on the line, like, why would you have a non-title match at WrestleMania? I mean, it shouldn't be for the belt, but what I would do is put the belt on the line. I mean, what do you got to lose? Rock's going to be a transitional champion anyway. If he wins, which he won't. Roman should win. Doesn't need the bloodline to do it. Beat Rock straight up. And then go all the way to SummerSlam. Then you worry about maybe Cody getting that shot. But still, I think what we saw tonight should happen. Swerve of the century. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So, I kind of got a glimpse, but, you know, might not happen. We've got the Elimination Chamber coming up. For what? I don't know. So I guess we're going to have to find out in the next 2-3 weeks what's going to happen. Because I did kind of mention the Chamber, but they didn't really say anything. So I guess we'll have to wait till Friday night, SmackDown, or next week on Raw from St. Louis. That's two. We'll move on. Alright, so let's get back to commentary. So we have Michael Cole and, well, not Wade Barrett, but we had Pat McAfee on commentary, and it's going to be the new commentary team every Monday night going forward, but no word on where Wade Barrett's going to go right now. We'll see Friday night, or we'll see tomorrow night. Maybe they kick out Booker T, but I wouldn't really kick out Booker T because then we'll miss, when Trick comes out. Oh yeah! I like it. Uh-huh. Yeah! Oh yeah, man! We'll miss Booker T's epic commentary. What do you think, Wade Barrett's gonna do that? No. Imagine him doing that when Trick comes out. Oh, I like it. It's not, it doesn't have that oomph in it. And really, Vic Joseph should be on the main roster. Just saying. Maybe you can have Vic Joseph on SmackDown with Corey Graves, and then would you really then okay, now who's on NXT? Maybe bring back Mauro Ranallo, bring him back to NXT. So he can get away from Corey Graves. Then they have Mauro with Booker T, or you get rid of Booker T, just put him back on the pre-show panel, and they have Mauro Ranallo with Wade Barrett. I wouldn't be mad about that. I think it'd be great. But sometimes maybe hunters think it's differently. I think differently. I think with my proboscis news. I don't even have to ask Stephanie. Hi, Steph. But that's what I would do. But I'm not Triple H. I'm not bald. I don't have a big fucking nose. I have a big dick, but I don't have a big nose. And I don't have a hot as fuck wife like Stephanie McMahon, but gotta be real, But that's what I would do if I was Hunter. But I'm just a 47-year-old schmuck from Brooklyn, so what do you want me to do? I mean, I have ideas, but some of them are good, some of them are off the wall, but what do you want to do? I'm a fan. That's what I would do. Mauro on NXT with Wade Barrett. SmackDown with Vic Joseph and Corey Graves. And Raw the way it is now. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. But I know Pat's gonna be leaving when college football season starts, which is in September. So I don't know what they're gonna do then. If they may bring back Wade Barrett in September, going into January. So I would really think when Raw goes to Netflix in January 2025, their first show has to be with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, because it will make no sense to have Michael Cole and Wade Barrett be the commentary team on the very first episode of Raw on Netflix. But to each their own. I wonder how it's going to work with streaming services like these illegal streams that you see on WatchWrestling.net. I might have to watch Raw on a different stream. If it's even on WatchWrestling.net. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm not paying $15 a month just to watch it on my PlayStation 5. Or my 4, whatever. But I might have to miss Monday Night Raw and just get the results, or just watch Issa's watch-along. It's like, hey, I'm watching, really, I'm not. Then again, maybe by that time I can not renew. Me and Rose will have our own account, and I can pay $15 a month. Right now, I don't even have it right now, because I don't want it. I don't watch Netflix anymore anyway. Plus it's $15 a month, it's going to go up to $20 a month probably by 2025. Waste. Should be $10 a month like it used to be. But everything's going up everything goes up. Everything, that's why, cable TV is not going to be a thing anymore, because fucking prices are going up astronomically. Every year it's $5 a month. not $5 a month. So every year it goes up $5. Whatever package you get, that'll go up $5 at most $5. The same thing for your internet. You know, depending on what speed you have and what company you have, it's gonna go up another $5. Even if certain people have the Affordable Care Program, that takes $30 off your bill, which will be ending in April, which is stupid. But hopefully, these senators can get the Extension Act passed in Congress, which I pretty much don't think it might. They want, because Congress don't want to fund it anymore, bastards. They can't just extend it and give them $7 million from April, pretty much May, till the end of the year. So, 7 months, you can't give us 7 extra months to get through the year, then worry about it. Then say, oh, we don't need it anymore in 2025. Because pretty much everybody will be signed up by then. I doubt that. Between now and February 7th, you think you're going to get a ton more people to sign up? Nope. There's going to be a lot of people that are still, either without internet or paying way too much for it. That are low-income families. They can't pay for, high-speed internet. They can't pay, $80 to $100. And that's with the equipment, that's with the network fee and taxes, depending on what state you live in. It's crazy. Who's going to pay $100 a month for cable if you're making basically under $15,000 a year? Not many people are going to do that, but... I don't have that problem, but... it is what it is. I pay a set price, whatever it may be, I'm fine. I pay a set price for the rich man's dish, I'm fine. For now. I might have to go down a level, but I got a 2-year plan on my current program that I have. My current deal I have. I'm paying pretty respectable price, and I get it for 2 years. Pretty much got 21 months left on my contract. I'm gonna get a good set price. It might go up $5 by November, but it's gonna be a set pretty much that's what I'm gonna be paying. I really should be paying whatever amount I'm gonna pay without the $5 going up in November for the next 21 months or whatever for the next year or so. But you know how it is. Cable and the FCC, they have to, they gotta pay for all the shit. So they always increase it by 5. So everything goes up by 5. The taxes go up a little bit. The equipment fee, the DVR fee goes up a little bit. So if you're paying 82, next year you're paying 87. And then by the time your deal is done, you're paying 92. And then you want to go down to the same price you were paying before. You can get it cut down by $10 for the next 2 years. You can do that if they offer it, but But pretty much cable, I would think cable is going to be pretty much extinct pretty soon. Because everything's moving over to streaming service. Because everybody's going to be paying, depending what you want to watch, it's going to be paying, between $10 and $15 or more. Netflix is $15. Everything else is, $9 a month. I think Paramount, depending on what package you get, it's you can get it for, $2.99 a month. Something like that. Yeah, but everything's moving to streaming services now. So, next thing you know, we watching CNN has a streaming service. I know that Fox has Fox Nation, C-SPAN has C-SPAN Plus or whatever that has now. HBO, you got it's not even HBO Max anymore. It's just Max. You got Hulu. You got Amazon Prime, you got Disney Plus. you got Tibu, you got Peacock, you got Freeform, you got all these weird fucking apps and streaming services that you want to watch everything. You gotta pay like $10 a month unless you want to get the free version of your PlayStation, and you don't get a lot of it. But you have to, you can sign up, but if you want to watch something for the entire season, you gotta pay the $10 a month. So it's basically $120. Well, not $120. That's for 10 months. You're paying about $150, $160 a year. Not fun if you're not, in the working class. But it is what it is. That's that. Alright, I talked way too long. Alright, about that. Alright, so we have Pat McAfee. He's back every Monday night going forward. And we don't know what Wade Barrett's going to do. That's that. Alright, so we start the show off with a long recap of the Royal Rumble, which was a decent pay-per-view. The women's Royal Rumble was pretty much the match of the night. We got that. And if you haven't seen my Royal Rumble review, go over my Peter Joseph channel and watch it now or tomorrow or whenever. And we got that. Alright, so we start the show off with CM Punk. Phil. Hey, Phil. So he comes out in a sling. There's a torn tricep. And cuts a pretty good promo. Talks about how close he got to winning the Rumble. Had it in the palm of his hand. And it got snatched by that schmuck Cody. But he's not mad at Cody. He earned the win. Then he talks about how he tore his tricep. He's going to be out 4 to 6 months. Though he says a very long time. So he's basically, crowd's like, no! That basically means he's not going to be main eventing WrestleMania. Not going to happen. The fans were even more pissed off. Well, you got to learn to deal with it, because injuries are real, my friends. Even though you think wrestling is fake. This basically proves my point that wrestling is not fake. The moves are fake, but the injuries are real. But it is what it is. Alright, so Punk talks about some friend of his, I couldn't get his name, who's battling cancer, and he never says a bad word, and he's the kind of person that Punk wants to be. Then we hear about other people Punk knows who work day-to-day jobs, and they keep going, which is what he wants to do. He's a Cubs fan. Cubs suck! And guarantees us that there is always a next year, like the Cubs every year, well, pretty much that one year, 2016, when they somehow, someway won the world title, the World Series. After how long? 100 somewhat years? I know the Mets haven't won since 86. I know that's 37 years and counting, but they'll get there eventually. Probably be 50 years by the time they get it. It's about to be 37 now, unless they win it this year, but I don't think they will. You never know. You never know. Even, a team that shouldn't have even won the title, Texas, they won, even though they had to get bits and pieces to get it. They just played amazingly in the freaking playoffs, beating Houston. Nobody thought they could beat them. And then who they beat? Who's the National League champion? I forget. Well, I think they beat the Dodgers, right? No, the Dodgers got knocked out. Those the Phillies? I think it was the Phillies. So, who thought they were going to beat the Phillies? Well, Texas won, now they're defending champs. They added a couple pieces. Houston really loaded up. I think Houston might win it this year, barring collapse. But they got Josh Hader, that big flame-throwing reliever that he is. They got Verlander coming back for another year. Their pitching staff, decent. Maybe one of their relievers might be going to the Mets. It would be Stanek or Neris. I don't know. But they're, maybe I think that bullpen might be a little bit suspect, but we'll see. But I think, Houston can win the World Series this year. But then again, you got those Yankees to worry about with Juan Soto and, Judgy Wudgy using his steroids. And Stanton, hopefully not, for Yankee fans, hopefully not getting hurt. Same thing with Judgy Wudgy on his toe. Alex acting up. That's what happens when I pick up the cat. Sometimes the freaking her hair just gets in my nose. Excuse me for a second. But I digress. So, we got all that, but let's talk about baseball by mid-March. We're close. We're 2 weeks away till spring training. So pitchers and catchers, about 3 weeks away from actual spring training games, and we're about 2 months away from the start of the 2024 season. Oh, it's gonna be good. For you for us Met fans, including myself, we'll be lucky to even get through half the season. The way they're gonna be playing, I don't like it. The starting rotation sucks. Still need a DH, a good DH, but I think the lineup looks like garbage, even with Alonso in it, and Lindor, and Nimmo, and McNichols, and even with Harrison Master Bader on the team, and Marte, if he can stay healthy for the fucking whole year, and not hurt his groin or his toe or whatever. Let's see. Alright, let's go back to wrestling. I talked way more than I should be talking about wrestling. Alright, so anyway. So Punk says, I'm a Cubs fan, and guarantees us that there's always a next year, and then Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, he comes out to interrupt, and we see Punk like, oh, not what I was expecting. Well, who you were expecting, Phil? You think AJ was gonna come out? Or Cody was gonna come out? Maybe Cody, but anyway. Drew goes to the rings, and he gets on the mic, says that he seems to feel sorry for Punk, talks about how he's going to headline WrestleMania this year. Maybe. But he said that he did his job, he got his hands on Punk, still doesn't like him, and kind of, basically says, I prayed for this to happen. Oh. And Punk says, I still don't like you. Actually, no. Drew's like, I don't like you. And then Punk's like, well, I promise to be back next year and main eventing WrestleMania, and I'm gonna get my hands on you. So Drew's like, yeah, sure. It goes after him, and Punk, even with a bad arm, why did you do this? Gets knocked down with a Glasgow Kiss headbutt, and then Drew, being a real monster heel that he is, stomps on the bad tricep, and you hear Punk screaming like a fucking banshee. Crazy. Screaming, and then Drew's like, goes down, and is like, you did this! You an idiot! And then Sami Zayn comes out, makes the save. And then we got a main event match with Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. Alright, but this segment was pretty damn good. I liked Punk's fire. I mean, this was probably the best promo from Phil in the WWE since he came back, basically. Better than the one when he came back on Raw. Way better than that first one, but that's just my opinion, but it is what it is. Alright, so I gave the first segment 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on Monday, Night Raw, and we're commercial free for the first 55 minutes. Why, we couldn't go extra 5? Come on now. What happened there, Hunter? But anyway, after that, we go right to the Judgment Day. They're in their clubhouse. Well, minus our fool. And they're all happy with how things are going. You know, Mommy's got her own problems, and Poppy Priest's like, we don't need any more distractions. You know, we got a title defense against DIY coming up. We have to go get ready. You know, Priesty's talking in Espanol. And Finn's like, oh, exacto! That's not Spanish. Just like, I agree, ese, you know? But, yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. And then we go right to DIY, you know, Gargano and the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. They're walking down the hall. And, this is like, oh, we live 2 hours away from here. Probably Orlando. And they're ready for the Judgment Day. They've been waiting for years to get the chance for the tag team belts. Look at that. So I gave both of them promos 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the ring for the tag title match, the Undisputed Tag Titles. The Law Firm of Finn and Priest taking on Ciampa and Gargano. It was a pretty decent match. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm going to abbreviate a little bit because, it's late, and 2, I'm getting tired. But pretty much a back and forth match. We get a slingshot spear, gives Gargano a near fall. Gotcha! And then everything breaks down, all from in the ring. Ciampa assists Gargano for an assisted sliced bread, number 2, on Priesty for a near fall. Ciampa tries for the fairy tale ending, and can't hit it. And then Priest comes back with one big-time clothesline, and throws Gargano out as he tried to make the save. Goes for South of Heaven, it gets broken up. Ciampa then hits a super white noise for a near fall. And then, basically, they have Finn ready for meat in the middle. It connects, and they go for the cover, and Priest, who was outside the ring, puts Finn's foot on the rope, so a rope break. And then Ciampa sends Priest over the announcer's table. Did I hit Michael Cole? Damn. And Fiend Balor knocks Gargano into the corner, goes for the coup de grace and missed. And then we get dual submissions by DIY, the Gargano escape, and the Sicilian stretch at the same time. Priest then picks up Ciampa and drops him onto Gargano for the save. And then Gargano escapes the Laser Lamont, Chico, Laser's Edge, something happened to this, something happened to you, Chico. And then, Gargano escapes, and then we get a super kick on Fiend Balor, and Priest throws up the Razor's Edge of his own on Ciampa, which gets cut off by Gargano, and then Ciampa rolls up Priesty for a near fall, but then Priest hits the Razor's Edge on Gargano into the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Still, your undisputed tag team champions of the world, the law firm of Finn and Priest. And a pretty decent match. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. And match time was under 13 minutes. So, once again, the Judgment Day still run Monday Night Raw. And Finn and Priest are still your tag team champions for now. And we get that. But afterwards, it gets a little bit interesting. Afterwards, we have JD McStupido and Dominic Guerrero, they say, Martino Heat. That's my son. I know, Eddie, it's your son. The fruit of your loins, they say, pero. I know, did you see him out there? He was great. He looked great like me. Well, yeah, you bore him. I mean, you banged Angie. I wish I did it, SA, because she's a whore. Hey, whoa, easy. I know you got China, who looks 10 times better than Angie, but, I mean, come on. I wish China, your mommy, you would have gave me Dominic. Instead of that pendejo, I had to steal him, you know? You didn't steal him, you know, it's just your son. You didn't have to do that stupid match in 2006. Yeah, they stole him from me. Basically. But you're still his son. And he's still your son, you're his poppy. I know what I say. You believe me, right? I always believe you, Eddie. I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Well, you look at me like that, Essie. I'm sorry. I had something in my eye. I'm sorry, Eddie. My allergies are acting up. Oh, okay, Essie. I'm watching you, Essie. Wait, calm down. I digress. Anyway, so they come out to celebrate, and Poppy Priest gets on the mic, says, we have seen a different side to the team in recent weeks, a more violent side, which Mommy likes. And it's time to thank someone for making this all happen. So they bring out Truth. Why, I don't know. So Truth's like a little bit hesitant, like, Priest's like, get in here! So he gets in, and Priest's like, don't worry, we're not gonna kick your ass just yet. So Truth gets in like an idiot anyway. And Truth talks about, doing Priest's taxes. I mean, it's almost tax season, ladies and gentlemen. So, don't forget to pay your taxes. Or Mike Rotundo might have to come to your house and audit you. I'm not talking about Uncle Howdy. I'm talking about IRS. But I digress. Hey, that rhymes. Anyway, talks about that, and then says, let me say this. All rise for the Judgment Day! I say it better because and then Priest tries to say it. It's like, oh, it doesn't sound good. Really now? And then Priest's like, what the fuck are you talking about my taxes? I got an accountant for that. And basically, we're a family. You're like my brother. I know, you're like my brother. And Priest is like, you're older than me, dumbass. And then he calls Finn Balor the weird uncle that nobody likes. And Finn's like, what? Then he looks at Dom and he says, then you have Tom and Nick, and they like slap hands and stuff. But there's nothing really to say about them. And then JD's like, hey, what about me? Oh, you're like the stepbrother that you don't want to admit is in the family. Oh, dude, really? Come on. Anyway, so Priest says, we're family, but you're not part of Judgment Day. Oh, the fans got mad at that. He's like, I like you, but, we don't like you. You're not part of the team. This is why Dom and JD McStupido are doing all this. So, we have to do what we gotta do. So, another beatdown on Truth, a 4-on-1 beatdown, and then The Miz comes in for the save, but he gets beat down. Basically, now it's a 4-on-2. So the numbers game comes up and basically they kick Awesome Truth's ass. So, looks like we're gonna get Finn and Priest taking on Awesome Truth for the tag team belts, and God knows they're gonna give the belts to them. Why? If anybody should win the belts, it should be the Creed brothers who should have won it in the first place. When they had the chance, they should have gave it to the Creeds. Or really give it to the Authors of Pain, but they're heels, so I can't really do that. But I think they should be next in line. If the Miz and Truth win, they should be next in line. So the Final Testament will get some gold. And maybe they'll do something this time with the Authors of Pain on the main roster. They were basically like unstoppable in NXT until DIY showed up. That's it. Then they broke them up on the main roster. They got rid of Paul Ellering. And basically, Akam and Razor got with Seth Rollins for like a month or two. And then, gone. Gone and forgotten. They were in catering underneath the table. Where pretty much everybody else is right now. And we got that. And we move on. Alright, so I didn't really give that after segment anything. It was just there. And we move on. Alright, then we go to our next match. A pretty damn quick 2-minute suckfest right before the top of the hour. We had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven taking on Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Bing, bang, boom, Zoe Stark hits the Z360 on Chelsea Green. Knocked her out. And really, Shayna Baszler only came in to work on her arm, and then Zoe finished her off. I was like, what was the point of this? 2 minutes? 2 minutes? Should have went longer. You had 5 minutes to kill. Before, the top of the hour when you had the schmuck Cody come out. Could have made this a little bit longer, maybe a 4-minute match. Then go to commercial to get to the top of the hour. But did you do that? No. So this match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and I gave a flying fuck. That's that. We move on. Alright, then we start the second hour with... oh boy. Cody! MDKLA Cody! You bitch! No! So anyway, he comes out. Fans love him. I could have went to the bathroom. Probably should have. But anyway, so Cody comes out, asks Samantha Irvin, who looked hot, goddamn you, Ricochet, to introduce him again as the back-to-back Royal Rumble winner. So Samantha does her job. And then Cody talks about how this place is supposed to be an escape for people, but the last few days have been really challenging. I wonder why. Vince. So he needed the fans since then, but let's make WrestleMania official. I guess he was about to announce that he's gonna face Roman. Right? Wrong. Seth freaking Rollins comes out. Oh! I was like, uh-oh. Is my prediction coming to fruition? Well, let me do it like Hawk would say, well. And he's like, I agree with the fans. Cody does deserve it. And he's like, we might not see eye to eye. But now, if I can be serious for a minute, like Lance Storm, if Cody chooses to face Roman, if you face Roman Cody at WrestleMania, you are making a huge mistake. Thank you, Seth. Thank you. Thank you. And, excuse me, and Cody, you should be facing me instead. And he wants to explain to the fans why he should face Cody. So, listen up, fans. You marks. So he mentions at the Royal Rumble press conference, Cody said he was the guy, even though Hunter said that too. But neither he or Roman is the guy anymore. Rollins is like, I'm the guy because I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. And basically he's like, Cody, do you want to go for the Hulk Hogan belt, brother? Or do you want to go for the Dusty belt? Ooh. I was like, damn. But, he's like, it makes sense to go after Roman when there's only one champion. But Cody and, we've been on this ride together. Even though, Cody's beaten him 3 times. One time with one arm. So let's do it a 4th time. Why not? And basically he's saying, I'm the workhorse champion. You should be facing me and not Roman, who barely defends the belt. It's like, do you want the Hulk Hogan title? Do you want the Dusty Rhodes workhorse title? And he's like, doesn't matter what your dad would do, because this is all about you and your decision. And he's like, and Ron's like, I can wait to to hear your answer. Well, what kind of man do you want to be, Cody? And then Cody's like, gonna cry like a bitch. Says, I respect you, Seth. I didn't really expect to be talking about this right now. And he's like, I'll think about it. What is there to think, Cody? What is there to think? You know you're gonna lose again to Roman. So why don't you go after an easy target like Seth? He's got a fucking bum-ass leg. He's basically gonna wrestle on one leg. You have a great chance to finish your story, win the world title, and know it's gonna be redundant for him to beat Seth a fourth time. But maybe, just maybe, if you would listen to me, Marks, Seth versus Cody makes perfect sense. Why? Seth has something to prove. Seth can go to Mania, beat Cody. Cody doesn't finish his story. He's like, oh yeah, I should have picked Roman. It's like, Seth has a point. You have a point, Seth. You know, I couldn't get it done against Roman. So let me face you again for the fourth time and beat you again and win the belt. So, kind of puts people's thought process into, weird situations. Like, this is really going to happen? But, I think reality would hit. It's still probably going to be happening. Cody versus Roman 2. Nobody cares that Cody's going to win. I personally want Seth and Cody to happen, but then again, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot the Elimination Chamber. Unless they do a triple threat, which I hope they don't do. I mean, it'll kind of degrade Cody if they do a triple threat. It's like, oh, Cody earned this opportunity. He supposedly, pretty clearly, as Michael Cole said, oh, he pretty clearly chose Roman. But then, like, oh, well, if you choose a Seth, what do you do with the Elimination Chamber? You have Drew win? I would do that. I would have Drew win, set up a triple threat match. Cody doesn't have to beat Seth for the fourth time. Drew wins the title, or he doesn't, and then doesn't re-sign with the company, goes to AEW or Impact. Seth retains, and then probably loses that Payback. Depending on how his knee holds up until WrestleMania, and at Mania in the match. Or you have Seth, maybe you have Seth versus Drew. Somehow Poppy Priest cashes in, making it a triple threat, or he cashes in afterwards and loses to Drew. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it looks like we're gonna be going with the plan at hand, and that's Cody versus Roman. We'll have to see on Friday. I think Roman will be there. Cody will probably be there. And really, Roman should just shut his mouth and not say nothing. But he'll open his mouth and say, oh, Cody, you're coming for me. I'm going to smash it like I did last year. And then Cody's like, oh, yeah? Well, I choose you. And then we'll get back to status quo. The chamber will be for Seth, the chance to face Seth. Probably Drew will win it. We'll get Seth Drew again. Why? I don't know, for like the third time. Why? Seth will probably beat Drew, or Drew wins the belt again. And then maybe Poppy Priest cashes in. Don't think he'll win. But, it is what it is. But great promo, 3.5 out of 5 stars. But it made you think that they may go with that match. But then again, reality sets in. It's like, well, what's the chamber going to be then? Who's going to win the chamber? What's the point of having the chamber match? Can't do Cody versus Seth, and I'm like, what's Roman going to do? If Dwayne doesn't do the match, which is more likely he's not going to do it. They're going to do it maybe this year or maybe next year. But then people's like, oh, it doesn't need the title. it doesn't. But maybe, Rock is like, hey, I mean, I'll be champ for a month. Because he has to do the UFL. But, I'm hoping for the swerve I predicted, but I know it's not going to come true, but because of the chamber. But they could do a triple threat. I know people won't like it. But if Dwayne wants to face the Rock at Mania, which is a marquee matchup, and it should be the main event on night 2, then you can put, if you put Seth, Cody, and Drew, that's not it'll be a co-main event. Then you know what I would do? Make the main event of night 1 be Jade versus Jade Cargill and Bianca, or Mommy Rhea Ripley versus Becky. There's your main event right there. Not going to be Cody, Seth, and Drew if it happens, which I know it won't. I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But, Punk's injury kind of threw everything out of flux. Punk should have won the Rumble. Cody could have still won the Chamber. Face Roman, that they were going to do anyway. Or they were going to do a reverse. If Punk didn't get injured, he was going to win the Chamber. Face Seth, win the belt. Now it feels like they're just doing everything in reverse. Cody's going to beat Roman, supposedly. Hopefully not. And then Seth's probably going to face Drew, or he really should be facing Walter. But I don't know. They haven't really talked about Elimination Chamber qualifying matches to see who gets in the Chamber. I mean, there was rumors of the people that were going to be in it. Be Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, maybe Randy, AJ, and Eli on the SmackDown side. Doesn't make no sense, though, but I guess we'll find out Friday night or Monday night, next Monday night on Raw. So, we'll see. But like I said, all that, 3.5 out of 5 stars, but really makes you think that maybe this match does happen. I don't think it will, but unless Cody is really off his rockers, like, oh, maybe, Seth's right. Yeah, maybe Peter Gilmore is right. I could be right. I'm right, like, maybe 85, 90% of the time. But Seth and Cody could put on a great match, one-on-one. You don't need anybody to win the Chamber, per se. Or maybe what they could do is Seth versus Cody on night 1, and on night 2, you have probably Cody or Seth face the winner of the Chamber, which would probably be Drew. And Cody will not finish the story either way. But I think we're going to be, we really should think realistically here. Cody's going to face Roman again. Probably finish his story. Roman's not going to beat Hogan's record. I bet you Hogan played a part in this. It's like, I don't want him to beat my record, brother. I know all the good things come to an end. I know people are getting sick of Roman right now. But Roman should go 4 years, lose the belt at WrestleMania 41 to Cody, or I don't know who. If you want really Cody to finish his stupid fucking story, let him win the World Heavyweight Championship. I know from Seth it'll be redundant because he beat him 4 times in a row now. But really, I think if they do the match, and I hope they do, like I said, if they do it, Seth should win. Clean. Be like, oh, you beat me 3 times, you're not gonna beat me a 4th time, I gotta prove myself to you. Just, I gotta prove that I am the champion of champions, I am the face of this company, not Roman. I am the workhorse champion, I'll defend his belt with 1 fucking leg. And then he's like, Cody, if you want to finish your story, you gotta go through me. You don't need to go through Roman. You already finished, you lost that battle. You want to do it again? And lose again? It's like, I'm giving you a chance here. I'm giving you pretty much the belt here. You beat me 3 times, can you do it a 4th time? Or do you want to lose again the Roman? And embarrass yourself again on national stage? So we get that. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the back with the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And Kofi's ready to win his 5th Intercontinental title, but he has to beat Walter. No chance. And that's pretty much it. Then we hear from Walter saying, I respect your grit and all this stuff, and wishes Kofi good luck. There you go. And that's it. Alright, then we go to Jey Uso taking on Big Bronson Reed. Pretty decent match, not great. Went a little over 9 minutes. Jey tries for the Superfly Splash, and missed it. Bronson hits the Death Valley Driver for a near fall. Goes on top for the Tsunami and missed. And then Jey hits the spear. You're not Roman, stop using it. Then he goes on top, hits the big time Superfly Splash. 1, 2, 3. Pretty big upset win for Jey Uso over the big man Bronson Reed. And we'll see what Jey does from here. I think we might see Jey versus Jimmy down the road at Mania. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe he gets an Intercontinental title shot at Walter, but we'll get that. Alright, so I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to Nick, not Nick. Go to Belch, no. We go to Adam Pearce's office, where we see him with the newest member of the Raw roster, and that is the man, Andrade. So he signs the contract. Nicholas Aldis comes in. Oops, you're too late. Adam Pearce introduces him to Nick. Runs out Andrade's resume, former NXT champion, this and that. Aldis like, well, we had a pretty nice offer for you, but I guess it was too late. So Andrade's like, he wishes him well, and then he tells Nick, say hello to Selena Vega for me. You know what that means? Selena might be coming to Raw in the draft, if it happens. It will happen, but Selena can come over to Raw. Or, I think when Charlotte comes back, which could be in a couple of months, because the way her rehab is going, I think, Ms. Mommy, or the second Mommy, not Mommy, Rhea Ripley, but Andrade's wife, Charlotte, be joining him on Monday Night Raw. But we'll see. So anyway, so he leaves, and then Nicholas Aldis says, Bailey, give me a hug, has been loaded to Raw for, lended to Raw for the night. But before we can talk about the Elimination Chamber, Nicholas Aldis gets a phone call. I wonder from who? Oh, it's Braun Breaker. So there you go. Braun Breaker will be on SmackDown. There's Roman's next challenger. Right there. Build up Braun all the way to SummerSlam. Have Roman beat Cody. There you go. You have a big time match at SummerSlam. Braun Breaker and Roman. Battle of the Spears. I think Roman will beat Braun Breaker. If you really want to break the streak and end this long as fuck reign, maybe you get Braun Breaker the world title. Let him run with it, see what happens. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. But, give Roman an actual scary challenger. He's had some scary challengers in the past, like Jey Uso. He smashed him. He had to get Jimmy's help. didn't really need Solo's help to retain the title at Royal Rumble. You'll probably get Solo and Jimmy's help at Mania against Cody. It'll backfire. Or maybe the Wise Man turns on him, which I don't think is going to happen just yet. I really think that they want to keep the Wise Man storyline, to keep the bloodline fresh. You have Roman win, you add Jacob Fatu, maybe Trinity turns heel, joins up with the bloodline as the first female member. I would just keep the bloodline storyline going to Mania next year. Then they start crumbling. Because Roman will still have his ego complex. And then maybe you have, like, at SummerSlam, you have Braun Breaker and Roman, or you have Solo turn on him. So it makes no sense for Jimmy to turn on him again and go to Raw to be with Jay. They go after the tag belts again. And then you have Roman versus Jimmy again. Why? I'd love to see Roman and Solo go at it. Because Roman is, you've been noticing Roman's kind of like backing off from Solo. Because Solo's like, leave me alone. Like, Roman knows that Solo is a threat to him. He knows it. So why don't you just pull the trigger? Why don't you just give us Solo versus Roman for the belt? And see if Solo, can be the guy. You're not going to do it. But something to think about. You have Roman and Solo. You know what? You can do it at Payback if Roman goes to France. I don't think it's going to happen then, but I would do Roman versus Solo at Money in the Bank. I would have at Night of Champions, or even at Bash in Berlin or SummerSlam. Just the stupid thing with Cody is ridiculous. Just to finish his story, beat Roman. Roman goes away for a couple months, or maybe until he comes back at SummerSlam. Maybe he'll get a rematch with Cody that he rightfully deserves. Beats Cody at SummerSlam. Regains the belt. Goes on another long-ass fuck reign. They won't be combined. If he goes, let's say he goes 1,300, then he holds the belt for like another, let's say 300 days. It's not going to be combined, and he breaks Hogan's record because it has to be consecutive. So I wouldn't even break it up into consecutive reigns like Bruno had. Bruno had that 8-year reign, and he had a reign that Roman already broke. It was like over 1,200. So and I know, it's gonna end. It's gonna end. I just don't think it's gonna happen at Mania this year. I don't think it should. I think if it has to end, it ends at the Royal Rumble next year or WrestleMania 41 against, if Cody can win back-to-back-to-back, or he wins the Chamber. That's what you should do. You have this as a trilogy. Have Roman beat him again, and then, Cody goes through the entire year, he's all mad, he's like, I can't do it, I can't beat Roman, I should just give up on Roman, go after the world title, and then get the world title at, SummerSlam, or maybe he wins Money in the Bank, then cashes in on Roman at SummerSlam, then beats him, before Roman hits his 4-year mark. It'll make more sense for Cody to beat Roman at SummerSlam when Roman's he gets beat up by Braun Breaker or Solo or somebody. Then Cody wins Money in the Bank, cashes in at SummerSlam, finishes the story there. Instead of waiting a year and then cashing in at SummerSlam or Crown Jewel or Royal Rumble or whatever. It makes more sense to do that instead of having him finally finish his story at freaking Mania, which he couldn't do last year, and he probably won't do this year. So if you really want to piss everybody off, then do that. Have Roman win again by the skin of his teeth again. But I'd rather have Roman beat him straight up. He doesn't need Solo. And he doesn't need the wise man that causes distraction. He doesn't need Jimmy to backfire on him. I think if you want to keep the Bloodline storyline going, you bring in Jacob Fatu. Then you really have a problem. Like now, I mean, the Bloodline's now more massive and more evil. Now you got two big enforcers. You got Jacob Fatu, you got Solo, and you got Jimmy. I would add Naomi into that to be with Jimmy, because they're married. And just make the Bloodline a more heel version of what it is now. It's basically just Jimmy and Solo jobbing to people. Roman has to clean up the dirty work. And Roman has to do everything himself. But I think the way it's going, they're going to make Cody win, and I really don't care. I don't give a fuck. I think I'm going to do a video about Cody winning the belt and being mad about it. I'm not even going to do it. I'll just do a video like, it's over. Congrats, Cody. And that's it. That'll be the video right there. I'm telling you right now. That'll be the video. And you can cry, you can laugh, and you can complain. Not complain. You can laugh and be like, oh, Roman lost, go cry to Esau, We'll get over it. Like any champion would. We lose the belt, we pick ourselves up, we get the rematch, we win the rematch, we get the belt back whenever it may be, either be in a rematch, or 5-6 months down the line, or next year. We just move on with our lives, like any champion would. But unlike you marks, like, Cody won, yay! He's gonna hold it for 1,300 days. No, he's not. Cody's gonna be not a transitional champion per se, but he's probably gonna hold it for, I'd say, at most 3 months. 3, maybe 6 months max. He's not gonna be a long-term champ like Roman is. No way in hell. No way. They're not gonna make Cody be like a year champ. It'll be kind of dumb. But that's it. Alright, so Andrade is the newest member of the Raw roster. Braun Breaker might be signed to SmackDown this Friday night. I think that's good. And we'll see what happens with that. Even though Braun Breaker said that he was coming for the Judgment Day. I mean, he kind of did in the Royal Rumble. Now he's on SmackDown. Guess who's going to go after? Roman. Or Cody. If Cody wins, he's probably going to be on the SmackDown roster. Though he's a Raw guy, so they have to kind of explain that. Because you can't have two world champions on the same show. So Cody has to get drafted to SmackDown. Or they could do a switch and have whoever wins the World Heavyweight Championship, whether it be Seth retains it, or Drew McIntyre wins it, or Bobby Priest. You have them switch the belt, or just move them from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw. You don't change the belts. It is what it is. We'll see, but Braun Breaker on SmackDown, I think, will be a great asset to the the Unified title. And I would have Braun be a monster heel and go through basically everybody. He doesn't have to get the United States title. He doesn't, that'd be a nice title for him to get at first, but I would just trust him into that main event picture. Go after Roman. Lose, but go after him. Give Roman an actual, real challenge besides Solo. Eventually. I mean, Cody, is a challenge, yeah. But Roman rose to that challenge the first time. Does he have to do it again? He doesn't have to prove it. He doesn't have to prove to the world that he can beat Cody again. Give him a challenge, and that's Braun Breaker. But are they going to do it? No. Probably not. I'm going to give it to that schmuck, Cody. Everybody's going to laugh. And all the Roman Reigns fans like me and Issa and everybody else. I told you one day is your one. But I'll say this, if Roman beats Cody again, I'm going to say I told you so again. But if he wins, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to say congratulations and move on. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to be mad and go crazy and rant. I'm just going to say, yeah, it took you 2 years to do it. You could do it the first time. You had to do it again. You got to do it the second time, right? And what happens when he loses again? You got to do it a third time? At Mania 41, then Roman loses. Goes another 365 days. He obliterates Hogan's record. And Bob Backlund's next on the list, but I think he's like 1900, around 8, between, what is it? I don't even know what Backlund's record is, to be honest with you. I think it's like between 1800 and 2000, somewhere around there. So I would really have Roman kind of tease getting close to Bob Backlund's record. Does he beat it? Probably not. So I would have Roman go 4+ years. I'd say 4.5 years as champ. Then end it. Or maybe just go full 5, then end it. But, I mean, it's not my call, so. It is what it is, and that's that. Alright. After that, we go to Jackie Redmond, looking pretty damn nice with that, button-down tie suit, looking like a cheerleader, not schoolgirl per se, but, nice little button-down shirt. Fabulous. Alright, so, she's with the man! Becky Lynch, who's disappointed in losing at the Rumble, but she's not done fighting until she takes the belt back to the main event where it deserves to be. Mania, that's where it's going to be. Becky versus Mommy Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Main event? Maybe. We'll see. I still think it's going to be Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. And that's that. Alright, then we go to the Intercontinental title being defended by Walter against Kofi Kingston. Pretty good match. I mean, Walter came in with his freaking chest all busted wide open. I'm like, what the freak happened? Those are like scars from, the Royal Rumble, I guess. So, Kofi, bless his heart, getting chopped to death. But, put on a good match, put a pretty decent match. Not that he was going to win, and there was a little bit of a couple of scares in there. They're on the floor, and Kofi counters a powerbomb attempt into a hurricane into the ring post. Ow! They go back in. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise, goes for the cover, but Walter smartly rolls to the outside. And then Kofi drapes him over the ring steps. A jumping shot to the back. Ow! Then a top rope drop for a near fall on the inside of the ring. Goes for Trouble in Paris again. It gets countered into a really bad Boston Crab attempt. So Walter hits a big time Lariato. Then another one is loaded up. Gets countered into the SOS for a near fall. And Gunter's like, that's it. I'm done with this guy. He gets up. And hits a drop kick. Of all things, he hits a drop kick? Okay, Walter. Then the powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, in over 16 minutes. Walter, still your reigning, defending, undefeated Intercontinental Champion at, as of this moment, 599 days. Whew. Getting close to that 2-year mark. I think by Mania, he'll probably, he'll hit 2 years by Mania. Crazy, isn't it? Who beats him? Don't know. It should be Andrade or maybe Jey Uso, but people thinking that it should be a Intercontinental title ladder match. Okay, this ain't WrestleMania 30, or what year was that? Where Matt Cardona, Mr. Woo Woo Woo, he won it, then lost it the next night, which is sad. What was that, 31, I think it was? 30... It was between, I think it was either 31, or was that 33, 34? I forget what year exactly, but they want to do an Intercontinental title ladder match. They could do that again. Sami Zayn won it. No. Was that the year that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were in it? I think it was that same year. I could be wrong. But, in any case. Anyway, Walter retains. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. After match, Xavier Woods comes in to check on his partner. But then Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner come in for a big-time beatdown and leave him laying. That's it. We move on. Alright, then we get a recap of Drew injuring Sami Zayn last month after Sami did a leapfrog and he landed on his leg wrong. Was out for a little while. That's it. Alright, then we have Jackie Redmond with Sami, who talks about how he keeps getting things taken away by Drew, who's now targeting other people. He's not targeting Roman, he's targeting Seth, he's targeting Cody, this and that. Talking Punk, whatever. So he says, tonight, I am going to give him a dose of reality. We'll see in the main event coming up a little bit. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we go back to the ring with a non-title match. The Women's Tag Team Champions, 2/3 of my Asian Triple Threat, my first 2 wives, Kylie Sane, the Pirate Princess. And nobody is ready for Asuka! Except my dick, but you knew that already. Alright, so the Kabuki Warriors take on Team Rainbow Bright, Tegan Nox, and Natalya. Almost a 10-minute match. Kind of went back and forth, but in the end, Natalya goes for a tag on to Tegan, but instead, she goes to the floor and starts brawling with Kyrie. Dumb. That didn't go so well, because, that didn't go so well. Natalya tries to roll up Asuka, and she does for a near fall, but Asuka kicks her right in the fucking face, knocks her out, and then tags in Kyrie, hits the insane elbow. 1, 2, 3. The Kabuki Warriors get the win. And that's it. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Then afterwards, Bayley! Give me a hug. Nice Niners jacket. Love ya. I love ya, Pam. I love ya. You get major brownie points with me. We get that. So she comes out, but before we get to her, we get the former champions, the Dancing Queens of Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. They're in the back. Excuse me. They're in the back, and they're getting, and they say we're getting a rematch next week for the belts. They're not gonna win, but they get their excuse me, they get their guaranteed rematch. Choking on my own voice here. Yeah. That's that. Alright. We move on. I'm not done yet, Rock! But anyway. Alright, so we got that. Now we go to Bayley, who's in the ring with the rest of Damage Control. I'm like, where was Io the whole entire time? They didn't even give you an entrance. So much for your SmackDown champ. It gets no entrance. Come on now, dude. Come on. Really? You're gonna do that to my third wife, Hunter? Come on. But anyway, Bayley comes out, points to the WrestleMania sign, talks about how everyone was saying she wasn't as good once she came back from her knee injury. And now she's back, she's better than ever, is the Royal Rumble winner. And she beat 29 other women to do it, including Kyrie and Asuka. She beat the best women's division ever, and even broke Rhea Ripley's Iron Woman record. And then she goes, Michael Cole, guess what? It was 63 minutes and 3 seconds. Ding dong, hello? Anyway. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes out to interrupt, but then she gets attacked by Nia Jax. Takes her to the ring, beats the crap out of them, and then lays not one, not two, but 3 big fat legs on her. Then she hits the Annihilator, the Banzai drop on her titties. Leaves Rhea in a heap. And then, she goes towards Bayley. Bayley's like cowering in the corner, like, leave me alone. And then, basically, the Black Lotus Triad and Dakota Kai did not have her knee brace on. She's coming back soon. So, they all leave. They get out of the ring, and Bayley's like cowering in the corner, like a scared little puppy. So Nia takes the mic and says that Rhea Ripley is not going to even make it to WrestleMania. And then Bayley takes the mic back and says, well, you didn't let me finish. My announcement is going to be on SmackDown. And then you see Io she kind of scares her, like, wait, what? So, I thought they were gonna do the Evolution thing. But I think it's gonna come on Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know how it's gonna happen. Bayley's like, maybe, Nia's right, maybe I shouldn't face Mommy Rhea Ripley. Bayley, I hate to do this, but I choose you. And then Io gets all pissy, and her Asuka and Kyrie beat the crap out of her. And Dakota Kai's just like standing there. Maybe Dakota Kai gets beat up too. I don't know. Or maybe Dakota Kai orchestrates it. And then they're like, oh, we don't need you. Get out of here, Aussie girl. Get out of here. Yeah. No. Why am I doing a freaking German accent? Oh, Bailey-san. We kicked your ass and then we kicked Dakota Kai-san ass too. Then we have sushi. No. Well, we have something like that maybe happening on Friday Night SmackDown. Alright, and, that's, pretty much it. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna get Mommy Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax in Rhea's home country of Perth, Australia. And, did you know that Nia Jax was born in Australia? I did not know that. Learn something every day, my friends. You learn something every day. So, it'd be nice, Battle of Australia. Mommy versus Nia Jax. I think, obviously, we all know who's going to win. That's Mommy Rhea Ripley. She's going to get a humongous ovation. Hopefully a big-time entrance. Because, certain guy named Buddy Matthews might be in the audience. For backstage. Well, I don't know about backstage, but maybe in the audience. And we get that, and, I think Mommy will win. And probably face Becky! At Mania. They're thinking of a triple threat match. But why would you do Mommy Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax versus Becky? And people make up these weird fucking things like Becky versus Nia Jax in a first blood match at Mania. I mean, that'd be great. First blood match at Mania. But you really want to do that? Yeah. N to the O. No. Alright, we get that. Alright, then we have Drew McIntyre in the back, says Sammy has never beaten him before and is not going to change later on. So that's that. Give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre went almost 13 minutes. Kind of went back and forth. Sammy goes for the hell of a kick in the corner, gets cut off with an elbow to face. Then an overhead belly to belly. And then Drew takes him up top. Hits a super white noise, or the air raid crash, for a near fall. And Drew can't believe it. And match continues. Sammy gets the advantage and knocks Drew into the corner again. Throws up another hell of a kick. And Drew's like, he kind of ducked and went like this. Sammy overshot it and missed. And then he got hit in the nuts at the same time. And then we're thinking, oh, that's a DQ, right? And then Michael Cole and Pat McAfee with a great call. It's like, oh, was it inadvertent? Or was it inadvertent? He meant to do that. No, he was blocking. But I think the referee might have, either didn't see it or, maybe didn't think it was inadvertent. But anyway, Sammy's down, grabbing his balls. And Drew comes out of the corner. Boom, the Claymore kick. Finishes off Sammy 1, 2, 3 in 13 minutes. That's it. So Drew gets the win. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. That ends Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, so it was a pretty good Raw. Not the greatest, but still. I thought it was pretty solid. So I'm going to give Raw 7.25 out of 10 stars. I thought it was a good show. I think everybody hit it out of the park with the segments. Punk and Drew, very good segment. Both men killed it with their promos. Seth and Cody, I think, was segment and promo of the night. That was great. Couple of good matches in between. They were pretty good. Main event was okay, kind of an finish. But overall, I thought it was a pretty damn solid show. And like I said, 7.25 out of 10 stars. But don't know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section. And that's that. Don't forget to like the video, stick that thumb straight up everybody's a-hole, and subscribe to this channel as we're on the road to 1,300 subs. But not begging for subs. I mean, if I get 1 sub, I get 10 subs, 100 subs. At least I'm doing my job. And that's that. But I you don't have to sub if you don't want to. I mean, it's your prerogative. But subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my other channels as well. All down below. The Peter Joseph channel, 1 away from 500. Maybe we'll get there tomorrow, later today. Or we get by this week, by Vengeance Day, or maybe by Elimination Chamber, or even by WrestleMania. But we'll see what happens with that. If we get to 500, I'm not going to do a big, a separate video for that. I'll just mention it during my, whenever we get there. Be a nice little achievement. I'll thank all my fans and the subs, even all you dumbass trolls, for that, because I know you love me. You can't get enough of me, but I think it's time to hop off my super cock. Go do your own thing, but some of you can't because you're retarded. But it is what it is. So, we'll see what happens when we get there, and that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go, because I'm going to bed, and I got some, I have some errands. I have a half day of work tomorrow because I gotta go to. I got physical therapy tomorrow. I got my psychiatrist appointment tomorrow. Gotta do that. I gotta run to the bank. I got a lot to do tomorrow. But I will be back tomorrow night for your NXT review. And if anything major comes during the day, I will be back on probably my Peter Joseph channel. And that's it. So please stay tuned for that. hit that bell, because when I do the next video, if you don't get it, too bad. But if you hit that bell, you turn on all notifications, hopefully, YouTube will send out my videos to you. If not, blame Neil and his team of monkeys. And that's pretty much it. Alright, guys. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Check out my other 2 videos in the description box. They'll be there probably later on tomorrow. Because I'm going to edit it tomorrow when I'm done with all my chores and everything. And my all my errands and all that shit. So after that, when I come back, edit it up, put it up. It'll be up anyway, but I'll edit it up a little bit more. But whatever. But anyway, I'm done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookoot. And if you're not down with that, well, you're a fuckboy. And we all got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Until next time, go to sleep. Peace.